Okay, so in this video, we're going to talk about graphing inequalities, and we are going to use Desmos, which is why you see my screen and you see me down in the corner. So instead, if you remember graphing inequalities on a number line, a lot of times you were just given like y is less than 2. We do an open dot and draw an arrow. So here you're going to be given an entire equation like in slope-intercept form. So to graph y is less than 2x plus 1 on Desmos, we can just plug that in and we can say y. And if you go down here, is less than, and then you can type in 2x plus 1. There's a couple things you're going to notice about this graph. Obviously, there's a lot of shading. And second, the line is actually a dashed line and not a solid line. So the shading is the solution set. So just like with a number line, when you drew an open dot and drew an arrow to the left, that arrow to the left was showing you the solution set, every single number on that number line that was less than 2. This shaded area is showing us every coordinate point, every x, y that would fit into this inequality. So the coordinate point 4, 0. When x is 4 and y is 0, this is true. 0 is less than 2 times 4 plus 1. Okay, so that's what that is showing. To do this by hand, here's what you would do. And here's what the computer did. When you have y is less than 2x plus 1, the first thing you want to do is graph the line y equals 2x plus 1, which we know how to do, that slope-intercept form. So I'd go to the y-intercept of 1, up 2 over 1, up 2 over 1, work backwards. You have some points, and there would be your line. The second thing you want to do is decide, is your line going to be dashed or solid? Dashed is just the same idea as an open dot on the number line, where any point on the line is not part of the solution set because we're saying less than, not less than or equal to. If I had a less than or equal to, I would do a solid line, and that is the same thing as a closed dot, and it's saying any coordinate point on the line is going to be considered part of the solution set. So in this example, any coordinate point on the line would make this equal instead of less than, so it's not part of the solution set if it's a dashed line. A solid line would mean it is. So all I would have to do is just connect these dots with a dashed line instead of with a solid line. The third step is deciding which side of the line are you going to shade. This side or this side. Obviously you can see on Desmos. But if you didn't know, you'd have to decide that for yourself if you didn't have Desmos. So how you decide that for yourself is you pick any coordinate point you want, and you're going to plug it in for x and y. If it ends up making it true, you're going to shade on that side of the coordinate point. If it makes it false, you won't. I like to pick 0, 0 because that's the easiest coordinate point. So if I pick the coordinate point 0, 0, I'm going to plug 0 in for x and 0 in for y. Okay, 2 times 0 is 0, plus 1 is 1. Is 0 less than 1? Is that true? Yes, it's true. So I'm going to shade on the side of the line that has 0, 0. There's 0, 0. That's this side of the line. That's why this side is shaded. If this ended up being not true, I would shade on the opposite side. And so that's how you graph an inequality. Now you guys will be able to use Desmos, but you do want to understand why it is coming, especially with that solid or that dashed line. So if I did another one, y, and again, I can go right here. This time I want greater than or equal to negative 1/2. And remember, you want to go to the side, x plus 5. Okay, so if I move my graph, you can see that this one is a solid line because of the equal to. So this time everything on the line is part of the solution set. And then this is negative 1/2 plus 5. So if I plugged 0, 0 into this one, it would not be true. And so you'd shade on the other side of that line. So that's how that is working out. So in your homework, if this was my homework assignment, and I was asked to graph y is greater than or equal to negative 1/2 x plus 5, which is what that was, you guys can use Desmos, but I would have to sketch, okay, here's 5, that line is going through 5, and the shading's up there. So you want to sketch it so that it looks like that. Okay,